of duty. Gonna be answering questions for the next few minutes. Y'all got any VA disability, VA claims, veteran benefits at all? Got any questions? Let your boy know. Gonna be taking this here pre-workout. Until then, let's get into it. I'll start talking and give y'all some stories, give y'all some advice, my personal advice. But let's get into it. Hey. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so started my VA claims process back in 2017. Put in my first claim. It didn't go the way I liked, or the way I expected, like most veterans. And I got awarded 10%. I wasn't really in to the VA claims process. Really, hey, appreciate you joining. If y'all got any VA disability questions, let your boy know. I'm gonna be answering questions for the next 15 minutes or so. But yeah, just got this pre-workout in me and your boy. But yeah, just going on to my process. I mean, it took me. I was 2 years in the claims process from start to finish to go from 10% to 100%. But first, I started back in 2020 December. But yeah, when I first started my claim process back in 2017, it was, I wasn't really into the process, didn't really know about VA anything. Put in my claim, got 10%. I didn't really think too much into it. But it wasn't until 17, 18, 19, 20, 4 years passed, and I had a buddy of mine. He was like, "Hey, you have all these disabilities. Why haven't you tried to increase and get service connection for what you're, the injuries in which you sustained in the military?" And I was like, I'm not really, I wasn't too keen on, learning the VA claims process. I wasn't. But, through enough shit talk, he was like, "Hey, what's up, dog?" I put in my intent to file December 2020. And from there, I was doing a lot of research. I wanted to do, I attacked what I was already service connected for first and see if I can get an increase. So I was service connected for tinnitus at 10% and migraines at 0%. Cool, bet. For the next 4 to 5 months up until May of 2021, while I was seeking more treatment for my migraines, I was documenting it. And please, if y'all in here, please stop me. If y'all got any questions, I'm answering questions. But I'm just letting y'all know my VA claim story while I wait for a question. But yeah, so I went into that. I gave my medical evidence. I was seeking treatment through a neurologist. Cheese. Well, always. Always. At one point, do you file BVA claim? Do you wait until you exhaust all your supplemental higher level review? Yes. I mean, you definitely want to keep your claim alive. So you submit your claim, it got denied. You submit it for a higher level review, it got denied. After that, that's when you submit for a BVA claim. LOM, F always. Because if you put in a supplemental, you're not going to maintain that effective date of the VA claim. If that answered the question. What's up? Oh, what's up, Nick? Mr. Nick. What's up, my guy? Just answering questions for the next 15 minutes or so. But yeah, I hope that answers your question always. Yeah, definitely want to, after your higher level review, and if you were still denied there, that's when you want to put in your claim with the BVA. And hopefully you're utilizing a good lawyer or a good veteran service organization that has access to lawyers that you can tap into. But back to the story. So yeah, I was seeking a treatment through a neurologist. I went, got the injections in your, what was it called? Oh, plastic. It's like plastic surgery, not plastic surgery, but I forgot what it is. But it's pretty much injections in your temple and stuff like that to see if it takes the migraines away. It didn't help. Medication increase didn't help. So from there, I had my medical evidence, as well as I started recording all of my the frequency in which I obtained migraines and the Migraine Buddy app. We all have our phones 24/7. Might as well use that to plug information in. Then obtained a buddy statement from my supervisor to satisfy how my work efficiency has gone down, how many days of work I've been taking off, things of that nature, and then friends and family to satisfy the personal aspect. So there's some disabilities you need to, list your symptoms and severity, and then to get increased from like 30 to 50, like for 30 to 50% for at least migraines, you need to express how migraines have been impacting your personal and your professional work life. That's what I did. Submitted my claim with the DBQ because I was already service connected, so I don't need any letters or anything like that. But since since it was worse, I was getting like 3 to 4 times a week. Submit my claim with the DBQ. I was still calling for a CMP exam. Went into that exam. It was pretty good. It was about 30, 40 minutes. And what I started doing with my CMP exams, I started bringing everything I've submitted for that individual disability, and as well as the DBQ, talk it out. Like, hey, because my VA claims process was shitty. Whoa, what's good, LG? Oh, LG, what's good, bro? Chill, man. Just on here, spend some VA disability knowledge. So I went in, took in everything I submitted for that migraines DBQ. And hey, if you got any questions, LG, Nick, Lumph, and the other 4 people in here, let your boy know. I'm answering questions. I'm here to answer your questions. But until I get a question, I'm just telling y'all my VA claim story. I hope y'all having a good Monday. Motherfucker Juneteenth. Chee! But put in my shit, went to the CMP exam. Everything was good. It was like 30, 40 minutes. However, I had a good VSO, the Wound Warrior Project. And when that examiner finished their information, finished the CMP exam, they submitted the DBQ to the VA. Everything on the DBQ except for a single checkbox wasn't, it supported 50%. But the VA got it. I don't know if the VA just passes these the disability benefits questionnaires through like a scanner or what. But if they would have read the DBQ, everything supported 50%, except for that one checkbox that said, prostrating migraine, blah, 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 blah. Oh, shit, I got questions. My bad. Nick, tried to put in for insomnia secondary to major depression, anxiety, and was shot back. VA sent me to a supplemental form to, all right, kind of confused. All right, Nick. So for that, if you're trying to seek an increase for your mental health, you don't need additional mental health diagnosis. You need to be able to show how your symptoms increased since your last CMP exam, as well as what has been the impacts to your personal and your work life. And you definitely capture that through either your psychiatrist visits. You can utilize those notes or develop a personal statement detailing, any friends or family relationships that you've lost or impacted due to your mental health disability, as well as what are the impacts of your professional life. Have you lost work recently? Have you, not been trusted at work? Have you been taking a lot of days off from work and things of this nature? Motherfucker. Nick, LG. I think I'll be able to connect my lower back pain, knees, hips, shins, splints, bananas. Okay, 50% connected flat feet. There you go. Yeah, you can definitely, like everything is connected to the spine, LG. So if you're already service connected for your feet, and if it's causing, shin splints, knees, low back issues, you need to complain. If you haven't already started complaining to your doctor, you definitely need to get into your doctor, start complaining about these, because the medical evidence, it's linkage in your complaints and stuff, and it strengthens your ability to get service connected once you do submit that VA motherfucking disability claim. Me, motherfucker, always. Can you recommend a veteran-friendly psych doctor in SoCal? You can respond privately if you want. Okay. I'm not sure. They're all pretty, hippie, peace, love, and chicken grease. So you should definitely be good. Where you at? You said motherfucker SoCal. Let me screenshot that right quick. All right, screenshot. I'll get back to you always. I'll get back to you. Traver, Mr. Hill, my past plantar fasciitis went from 30 to 50% after an increased request. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Top chat. Let me see. Okay. Hey, that's good. That's good, Hill. Traver. I can't pronounce that shit. Mr. Hill. Got you, dog. Hey, but that's good. So are you service connected for both at 50%? They combine them? Let your boy know. I gotta take this pre-workout. Alright. But yeah, that's good. That's good. You got the increase. So what's your total overall disability sitting at right now, Mr. Hill? Until I get a comment. So that with that migraines claim with a VSO, they were able to identify that, negate that 30% rating that the VA were going to give me, seek further clarification from the CMP examiner, and I was awarded 50%, bringing my grand total disability up to 60%. Okay, we got Nick. Now what is an easy way to file for TDIU if you haven't worked in 10 years due to your conditions? And you could definitely, Nick, if you have a VSO, it'll be easy. It'll be something easy for you to submit. Definitely, I think you're gonna have to provide a personal statement, obviously detailing the severity of your disabilities and how it's been how it's taking you out of the workforce for the last 10 years. And if you can get any person, if you can get your physician to sign something off too, hey, your back is so fucked up that you can't do anything long term because of your back. You can't sit long term if that's an issue. You can't walk. You can't do physical labor. So you just gotta be able to articulate yourself to the VA. Definitely in a personal statement first, and submit that TDIU. Motherfucking Marcello, been following your channel for a minute. I was able to get my PTSD increase. There you go, Marcello. I followed your format on how to write your personal statement, laying out your symptoms and how it affects you. Hey, there you go. That's the bread and butter, Marcello. Like when you, especially the format. I was going through a lot of trial and error. Just looking at reading CFR 38 and 21, looking at board cases of how veterans were denied and what the VA what came up constantly that the VA had issues identifying, and what they have issues identifying, at least for mental health, is severity of symptoms. What symptoms are you experiencing? And clearly articulated. All that shit at the top, and then go into what are the impacts to your personal and your work life. If it's your first claim since the last CMP exam, well, if it's your first claim, in general. If it's an increase since your last CMP exam. And, I'm glad you got that increase, dog. Glad you got that increase. Motherfucking. So what is your total overall percentage right now, Marcello? Mr. Hill, combined 80%. There you go. 80%. Are you at a true 80%? Or are you at 75, rounded up? 84, rounded down? Got some dry lips today. Oh, that pre-workout. LG, I have a CMP exam tomorrow for GERD. Woo. I'm on medication, and I have a GI appointment next month. Any pointers? Okay, so for GERD, you want to talk about any indigestion issues, like if you're getting bloating after you're eating, if you have immediate acid reflux throughout the day, how many times throughout the day, how soon after eating, how frequent in between meals, and just look at taking the DBQ and your medical evidence, just to keep you straight and narrow. Make sure that the VA, that examiner, is asking you all the questions on it, because some of the examiners, they like to rush. It's fucking it's GERD, fucking 0% or 10%. But if you're trying to get the max for it, you definitely want to take your time with it. And taking that DBQ, motherfucking LG. To answer your question, Mr. Hill, working on combat PTSD, and at 30, working on increase right now. Okay, so you're at 30% service connected right now. There you go. So at least you're service connected. The hardest part is getting service connected, because a lot of veterans can't identify their stressor. But just like I was saying earlier, in order to get an increase, you need to show how have your symptoms. And this went back to Marcello. He got his increase on PTSD. Looking at the video, providing a good detailed personal statement. You need to list your severity of symptoms, how have they gotten worse since your last CMP exam, as well as what impacts to your personal and your work life have you been experiencing since that last CMP exam. And I go into the details in other videos. Motherfucker, long for always. I emailed you after June 12th stream at 9ops address. Respond. Unless you could respond, it would be great. All right, yeah, got you, dog. I thought I gotta refresh that motherfucker. Sometimes I refresh it, I don't see like new emails pop up, but I'll get back to you always. I got you, Mr. Capone. What's up, dog? Motherfucking fisticuffs. There you go. Love God. Complaining about migraines and back issues to the VA through VA Direct. Okay. Um, you talking about VA Direct, like for claimage, or VA Direct messaging to your VA physician? All fucking love God. Run it down to 80. Okay. Mr. Hill. There you go. Marcello sitting at 80%, 70% PTSD, waiting on sleep apnea to come back. Had one CP exam for sleep apnea, but they wanted another opinion. Did the same thing. Hit them with a ton of medical evidence. There you go. So Marcello, how are you with the secondary sleep apnea? Well, hold on. What are you trying to do? Sleep apnea. Are you okay? Are you trying to seek secondary or direct service for sleep apnea, Marcello? And if direct, did you have in-service complaints? And if secondary, what's the direct, or what's the primary disability you're trying to get? Motherfucker, love God. Chat as evidence. Yep, you can definitely utilize chat evidence. Well, messages between you and your provider as medical evidence. Chat as evidence. VA Direct, is that like a intermediate, not intermediate, like a instant chat, like chat complaints and stuff, like online complaints and stuff? My bad, love God, my bad. LG, appreciate you, bro. Currently at 92%, trying to get that 95. There you go, marathon continues. Yes, sir. There you go. Get that 100%, baby. Yeah, you just need, if you're at 92, you just need another 30. Oh, yeah, 92, 3, 4, 5. Yep, now 30% solid. Put you at that 100%. Then you got, depending on if majority of your disabilities are considered static, that'll be permanent total. So you want to keep that in mind. Or if you're over the age of 55, it should be considered permanent total. But currently I got a buddy. He's like Bill Cosby age. He's like 58, 60. Not too sure, but he thought he was going to get 100% permanent total, but he has a regular 100%. But we were able to find some loopholes, at least in SoCal, if you just did get 100% regular. But if you're in SoCal, let your boy know. Depending on what you get. Love God, my physician through chat. Okay, yeah, definitely save all that information. Any complaints to your physician, any doctor that you're trying to utilize as medical evidence, you definitely want to maintain it. Marcello, there you go. Secondary to PTSD with obesity. I mean, I had a nexus from a nexus. What? Had a nexus from a nexus letter doctor along with a DBQ filled out by my personal doctor. There you go. That's all great medical evidence, and hopefully your treating physician, the medical evidence that comes from your treating doctor weighs a lot heavier than a nexus letter or DBQ coming from an outside source, because the CMP examiners are outside sources. So if you brought all that good medical evidence in, and then you go into a CMP exam, and then hopefully that examiner they was talking some dumb shit, and the next CMP exam you go to, you get service connected. How do you contact your business? I provided my email. It's in my about. If you go to the about on the page, the about, I think it's the about me or about the channel section. I did put my email over there, but if not, just comment. Who's that? Lump always. Comment on my most recent video or any video. Like, hey, ping me with the email, and I'll put the email. I'll put my email on several videos, but I'll shoot you the email. Motherfucking low always. Lump. Yeah, Marcello. Yeah, you should be good though. You should 100% be good, especially if you're DBQ in your IMO or Nexus letter fucking supports. Got 17 people in here. Hey, another 17 people. You got any questions? Come on. Before this pre-workout kicks in. See? But I took the questions. I guess I'll keep talking. So I went from 10 to 60%. So I was sitting heavy. And that was May of 2021. So then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to keep pushing. Then I put in my second intent to file. VA, okay, Mr. Capone. VA app still not showing my claim update. Okay. Has it been finalized, or I mean, it is still like technically like during a holiday, and I know the VA app, like the VA.gov app, if they go through their routine updates and stuff like that throughout the weekend, it may be on an extension, due to the holiday today. I would say definitely check back tomorrow. So yeah. So went from yeah, okay. Next claim was for insomnia and for hearing loss because I had fucking tinnitus, all that other shit. So I put in that shit. And I secondary my insomnia to tinnitus because the ringing in the ears caused me to fucking be up crazy and shit, not sleep throughout the night, wake up, water shut and shit. So I've had detailed medical evidence of that. Put in my claim. All my evidence supported a 50, but the VA they gave me 30%. I had a diagnosis of a sleep apnea. I was on medication and different treatment regimes. My physician, they measured how many times a day that the ringing in my ears for tinnitus was occurring. I was on some fucking some crazy ass tinnitus reading machine. So I had like a lot of medical evidence to support that mental disability, insomnia secondary to tinnitus. So I got that. As well as for hearing loss, I got 10 for my right ear, 0% for the left ear. So, not really much, but from the 30 and the 10, that pushed me from 60 to, I think it was what? 80%. Okay, cool, Gucci. Now I was like, okay, let me see. LG, life's good, motherfucker, life's good. How do you get things static? I noticed my PTSD, 70% is listed as static. Sheesh! So, there's no rhyme or reason. I mean, it seems like the VA has been giving more Gulf War era veterans static disabilities versus Vietnam era veterans or post not post 9/11, the Vietnam World War II post 9/11 and Gulf War era veterans are considered the same. But there's no rhyme or reason. But at least in the M21-1 adjudication manual, the VA designates static on disabilities that seem to like they will never get better. So saying that you got, because I have a 70% on my, I have static, well, I got static on my mental health as well. And I just got 70%. And for all of my disabilities, the VA considered them all static. And I'm guessing it just depends on the medical evidence that you supply to the VA. If it just shows like a history of just being shit and worse, then more than likely you're gonna get static disability. Hopefully that answers your question. Motherfucking LG top 10. All messages. Okay, all messages. I can see all messages now. Me. Yeah. So I mean, it just depends. Because I like some veterans. I just think it. Yeah, I think it all depends on the medical evidence that you supply. Showing the severity. If it's been like long-term shit, it's gonna be static. If you have like questionable periods or just like just enough medical evidence to support a single increase, then the VA they won't designate it as static because they're gonna come back in like 2 to 3 years and hit that ass with a proposal for decrease, which I got a buddy of mine, that's what he went through recently. So definitely want to maintain that medical evidence throughout the years, at least until you hit the 20-year mark. Once you're at 100% permanent total, then you retire in Central America, Europe. That's where I'm going. Me. But yeah, so then I got service connected. I pushed up from 70 to 80%, and then I was like, okay, fuck it. I reattacked my sleep apnea claim. I got everything I submitted for sleep apnea supported me getting service connected. The reason why the VA denied me back in 2018 was supposedly due to lack of in-service complaints. However, after what I knew post 2020, December 2020, I had multiple complaints of sleep apnea and sleep disturbances while I was active duty. But the VA, back then I thought the VA was going to help you, boy, but they didn't. Like, oh, fuck you, dog. I'm like, okay. Put in my claim. I requested my C file, and I pulled out all that information, all those complaints. I looked at my STR as well. All those complaints of sleep issues, sleep disturbances, clear indication of sleep apnea. I'll pull all that shit out. I already had my diagnosis. I got a diagnosis within 6 months post-military. When I was going through DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, I was trying to, become a special agent, trying to, do some cool shit. But your boy fell asleep during the polygraph test. I was choking on my tongue, and then that's when I got the idea that they were like, "Hey, we think you may have sleep apnea." I was like, "I don't think I got sleep apnea. I just think this polygraph test is too damn long." But then I had to rectify. I had to attack that issue and see if I did have sleep apnea, because to progress in the application process for that federal law enforcement agency, I had to be diagnosed or get tested, diagnosed if I was diagnosed, start utilizing the CPAP machine, because they don't want me to go to training and be choking on my tongue, crazy shit over there. Oh, motherfucker, LG, life's good. Yeah, bro. Just medically retired May 1st. Still trying to learn all this shit. G Balas! That boy getting a payday. There you go. So I pulled all that information off. I utilized the same personal statement. No, I updated my personal statement. That's the only thing I changed. And I added that DEA request. Like, I had formal documentation saying, "Hey, we think you have sleep apnea. Go get tested." And then my test following that. Because I supplied all that the first time, minus going into the my STR, my C file, and identifying all of the issues, all of my sleep complaints while I was in service, and clear issues of sleep apnea. Resubmitted my supplemental, took everything in because I wasn't about to get it denied. I was like, "No, sir." Went into who did I go through? No, not PES. It was LHI at the time, prior to them. Back in end of 2021, beginning of 2022. LHI prior to them fucking changed it to Optum Serve, word fuck. Talked to a doctor, CP examiner. It was about 45-minute conversation, and it was pretty much. Let me see. Any more chats? Okay. Hey, if you got any questions about me, stop me. I'm just going on a tangent. I'm here for y'all. I'm trying to finish this pre-workout and answer any questions, VA disability claims, motherfucking compensation, anything at all. Let your boy know. Pre-workout tastes like booty cheeks, but some of us like that seasoning, huh? Yeah, so I got service connected for sleep apnea after that conversation, 30-40 minutes. And that CMP examiner, even though it was her first year doing CMP exams, she did everything by the book. She didn't care I had my DBQ. Most CMP examiners, they care, why you got the DBQ? I know what I'm doing. I'm like, no, you don't. Fuck out of here. But she got me service connected. And then that boosted me from 80% to 90%. And then, I waited a couple of months. I still put my intent to file March of 2022. I waited a couple of months, and I was like, fucking, I was at 90%. I was like, let me just finish this out. Let me finish strong. Know what I mean? So I started building medical evidence, looking at my STR. I was having issues with my feet, so I filed aggravation of pes plantar fasciitis. That's one claim, as well as IBS GERD. Didn't have long-term, booty hole gobbling activity going down there. Post my second deployment in the military, I was deployed with the Navy back in 2013-14. Westpac, where it is. And jet fuel got mixed with the fresh water, drinkable water on ship en route to the Middle East, and I ingested it with pre-workout at the time, so it just amplified the effects of the jet fuel that was already fucking up my stomach and my my bladder, whatever. And I've just had long-term digestive issues, bloating, GERD, IBS like a motherfucker, but with medication and everything. So support oh yes sir, Keith, motherfucker Keith Sweat, appreciate. Hey, hit that like button, get these likes up. We got 14 people in here. Appreciate the strife, Keith Shep, Keith Sweat. Come on, man. You better start singing, dog. So I'll put in that. So that's the second thing. Okay, LG. Being I have 50% for flat feet, can I claim plantar fasciitis, or is that under the same? No. So as long as you can differentiate from the two, you can get two separate ratings for it. But if you secondary it, that'll be your best bet, especially if your medical evidence supports the differentiation. I mean, you already have 50% for flat feet, and if that is causing plantar fasciitis, or any other issues in the feet, tight ankles. I think it's what's it called? Well, not tight, like Achilles. It's like Achilles tendon issues. You can get like 10 to 20% for your Achilles heel tightening in there and shit like that. But you can definitely see plantar fasciitis as well if your flat feet is causing plantar fascia motherfucking issues. Motherfucking LG. Hopefully that answered the question. And love God, should I use information from my healthy vet as medical evidence? Basically, yeah. Anything that can help pretty much build a picture for your claim, you want to utilize that for your once you submit that increase for your mental health, and especially conversations between you and your psych doctor. There's no better, there's no better medical evidence because it shows you complaining to your doctor, your psychiatrist, and it shows any communication that they give to you, feedback, increased medication, any coping mechanisms, clear identification of your symptoms and your impacts to your personal, your work life. That's medical evidence. That's like it's outside of just you providing a personal statement. It's like, okay, this is on a secured message line, or this is like, it's pretty much, it's treated as hardcore medical evidence. And that's definitely going to help your claim out in the long run. It's kind of hot because this pre-workout is getting to you, boy. Let me see who that. Okay, hold on. Let me. Got the devil's lettuce over here. No. But yeah, so hopefully I answered your question, love God. But yeah, I utilize my information between like my secured messages with my physician and my psychiatrist. It pertains to my migraines, low back pain, as well as for my mental health and shit like that. So that information is definitely will help towards the increase. Yeah, going into my final claim, I did, as well as I fought for, I put in another supplemental for my low back. So for my low back, I was initially, like, it's a lot of the disabilities that I submitted on this last claim that I got service connected. So it was good. Only because I utilized, I think it was mainly because of that same personal statement format. It's, I identify what I'm claiming, symptoms associated with the percentage I'm trying to get, and then impacts to my personal and my work life. But specifically for low back, I put in an appeal for low lumbosacral strain, as well as I added sciatica in both legs because I have sciatica in both legs. It's like, fuck it, I'm not going to submit one claim now and then come back a couple months later and submit the same thing for sciatica when I have them both at the same time. So I clearly articulated that on my personal statement. So when I went into that CMP exam for VES, VES was really good when they did my supplemental for my back. They had the gyometer and everything needed for the measurements. The doctor was really good. They went through any additional issues outside of what I was already claiming for low back and sciatica. So VES, at least in SoCal, was good. It might be shitty in fucking Florida or wherever the hell, but it was good in SoCal. And then an increase from my mental health. And I was lowballing all my claims for, I was assuming the VA was going to give me like 10% for IBS GERD, just 10% for my back, maybe 50% for my mental health, and 10% for feet. But, they did the unthinkable. And they increased my mental health from 30 to 70%, which I was fucking shook. Was shook to my core. Hold on, let me check the chats. I'm not seeing anything pop up, but let me check the chats right quick. Okay, none of the chats. Hopefully I answer all your questions. I'm gonna get off here soon, but hopefully y'all doing good, Gucci. Finish up this story. Yeah, so the VA they gave me, and when I went in for my mental health increase, the examiner was like, oh, 30% is the most you've got, the most he's seen for tinnitus. I was like, well, the increases for like secondary fourth tinnitus as well as secondaries on top of all my other disabilities. And it's like, just don't single out tinnitus as being the primary. I mean, because it's the primary, he was like, oh, 30% insomnia, that's the highest I've seen for it. I'm like, nah, fuck out of here, dog. Either give me a new CMP examiner, or actually read my shit now. I got time. I don't care about who else is coming in. Read my profile now. Talk to me. I got my DBQ. I got all my shit needed for this, and see if I'm warranted for an increase. And I don't know if you didn't like how I talked. You put that shit in, into the CMP exam notes. Oh, no problem, love God, no problem, dog. Motherfucker, keep sweat. How could I claim arthritis in the shoulder and upper neck? With your medical evidence, dog. If you got the medical evidence that supports, and more than likely arthritis is captured via MRI and X-rays. So if you have those, if you're already not service connected for anything shoulder or neck, cervical strain, you definitely want to get that doctor to write you a letter of support. So that'll alleviate you having to go out and get a Nexus letter, pay out $1,500 for a Nexus letter, when that doctor who diagnosed you with that arthritis, they can assess you and be like, okay, due to your age and your physicalities and your time in the military service, that rapidly increase your likelihood of having arthritis due to your military service. Yeah, so fuck my vape at. I have both MRI X-ray, service connected for shoulder. Yeah, those are good secondaries. You can secondary arthritis to your shoulder, as well as if you have sciatica in your arms, you can do sciatica in the upper extremities, as well as cervical strain if you're not already service connected for it. But so I got the increase from 30 to 70% for my mental health. I got my previously denied low back claim service connected. Oh, no problem. Keep Sweat. No fuck, Keep Sweat up in his house. Yeah. If you want like more person, just send me a DM or message me, leave a comment, and I'll leave you my email if you want to like collaborate offline. Pardon me. Yeah, they service connect me for my back, 10% for my back, 10% for each extremity, which gave me a grand total of 30%. And with those two alone, that put me at 100%. So the VA, they gave me a partial rating because I completed those two CMP exams 2 weeks after I submitted my claim last September. I finished, they gave me those exams October, and then I was waiting for the last two, October, November, December, January. I'm like, what the fuck, yo? You know what I mean? And the only two I had left was IBS GERD and plantar fasciitis and pes planus. So I'm like, hey. And then beginning of January, because I was already frustrated, that's when I started, doing these videos, and I started bugging Vera. I was like, fuck that. I mean, if they can't give me a reason, what's going on and everything, I'm just gonna bug. I lose nothing from bugging the VA. You don't lose shit. Contact Vera, go to VERAVA.gov, and have them call you. They're gonna give you a call every so often, depending on how you want to do it. Motherfucking 180 house blower. Motherfucking receive 10% service connected for colon cancer through the PACT Act. Okay, is your colon cancer currently active? Because if it's active, you should have got if it's active, any active cancers that the VA recognizes that you've contracted due to your military service should be at 100% level temporary. But if it's in remission, if it's not active, then that's why they gave you a 0% for colon cancer. But if you have any secondary, residuals of that, like IBS, GERD, that's not really IBS, frequent urination, anything related to the bladder, you can definitely get that secondary to that motherfucker. 180 house blower. LG, I'm working on IBS too. After watching your video, oh sheesh, motherfucker. Okay, yeah, so it's not active. Yeah, so that's the reason why they gave you a 0% motherfucking house blower. But if you have any, if you have IBS, you can definitely service connect that secondary. And any other digestive tract issues that you're experiencing, hemorrhoids, the 20-30% for that. And, you know, you just gotta be specific. Assess yourself, work with your doctor, and see if they can assess you for anything. But definitely you should. I mean, if that's not the only thing that you guys trying to get service connected for, you can always seek other options. Motherfucking house blower. But yeah, LG, get that motherfucking booty hole goblin up. Yeah. But alright. But until next time, if I ain't got no questions, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's good chat. Good chat. Anyone else got any questions before I jump out of here? Any questions? I see 14 of y'all, but I don't see 14 people commenting. What's your boy? Already service connected for IBS and active claims for hemorrhoids. Okay, there you go. Hopefully you get service connected for the hemorrhoids. LG, always a vibe when you're alive. Appreciate you. Oh, appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you, LG. Always, dog. Always. You know, I'm trying to explore more. Explore the live unknowns. But for some reason, my lives, I don't know if it's because I'm not, you know, no problem, house blower. I've been trying to research it, but I'm not finding any answers. Because I've seen other people live, and then their live chats and shit are active whenever, you know, you post it and you replay it. But it's probably because they're monetized, maybe. I'm not too sure, or if they did it via their computer. But I mean, live is live, right? You assume it's the same, but you know, I'm still figuring that out. But got 12 people in here. You know, fuck, I got pre-workout in me. Got pre-workout in me. It's taking a toll. It's taking its toll right now. But if I ain't got nothing for y'all, if y'all ain't got nothing for me, I ain't got nothing for y'all. It's motherfucking Monday. It's motherfucking Debo out. Hope y'all fucking stay up. Motherfucking throat goblins, booty hole goblins, especially you, LG. Motherfucker, check out that IBS motherfucking service connected. There you go. There you go. But yeah, y'all got any questions for me? If y'all want my email, if it's not, I'll try to put it in my about me. But if it's not there, you know, I'm definitely gonna put it in there. But if y'all want to like direct message me, just leave a comment like, hey, what's your email? And I'll fucking ping the email if it's not there. But the email should be VA disability at night. But I'll send it to y'all. But yeah, hey, stay Gucci with it. Stay Gucci with it, dog. Motherfucking throat goblins. And this is motherfucking Debo out.